Chetana. Welcome to Sunrise Speaks. Let us learn English conversations through with small stories. Now we are going to learn a story named Many Moons. Let us start. Once upon a time, in a kingdom by the sea, there lived a little princess named Lenore. She was 10 years old, going on 11. One day, Lenore fell ill and took to her bed. The royal physician came to see her and took her temperature and felt her pulse and made her stick out her tongue. He was worried and sent for the king, Lenore's father. The king came to see her. "I will get you anything you want," the king said. "Is there anything you want?" "Yes," said the princess. "I want the moon. If I can have the moon, I will be well again." Then the king went to the throne room and sent for the prime minister. Soon the prime minister came into the room. He was a large, fat man with thick glasses. "I want you to get the moon for the Princess Lenore," said the king. "If she can have the moon, she will get well again. Get it tonight, tomorrow at the latest." "The moon," said the prime minister. "The moon is 35,000 miles away and it is bigger than the room of the princess lies in, and it is made of copper. I cannot get the moon for you." The king flew into a rage and told the prime minister to leave the room and to send the royal magician to him. The royal magician was a little thin man with a long face. He grew very pale when the king told him to get the moon for his little daughter. "Nobody can get the moon," said the royal magician. "It is 50,000 miles away and it is made of green cheese and it is twice as bigger as the palace." The king flew into another rage and sent the royal magician back to his cave. Then he sent for the royal mathematician, a bald-headed, near-sighted man with a pencil behind his ear. "I want you to get the moon for the Princess Lenore," the king said to him. "The moon is 3 lakh miles away," said the royal mathematician. "It is a round and flat like a coin. It is made of cement and it is half the size of the kingdom. Moreover, it is pasted on the sky. Nobody can get the moon." The king flew into still another rage and sent the royal mathematician away. Then he rang for the court jester, who came dancing into the room in his cap and bells and sat at the foot of the throne. "What can I do for you, your majesty?" "The Princess Lenore wants the moon," said the king sadly, "and she cannot be well till she gets it. But nobody can get it for her. Every time I ask somebody for the moon, it gets larger and farther away." "They are all wise men," the court jester said, "and so they must all be right. The thing to do is to find out how big the Princess Lenore thinks it is and how far away." "I never thought of that," said the king. "I will go and ask her, your majesty." The Princess Lenore was glad to see the court jester, but her face was pale and her voice was very weak. "Have you brought the moon to me?" she asked. "Not yet," said the court jester, "but I will get it for you right away. How big do you think it is?" It is just a little smaller than my thumbnail, she said. For when I hold my thumbnail up at the moon, it just covers it. And how far away it is? Asked the court jester. It is not as high as the big tree outside my window, said the princess. For sometimes it gets caught in the top branches. I will climb the tree tonight when the moon gets caught in the top branches and bring it to you, said the court jester. Then he thought of something else. What is the moon made of, princess? He asked. Oh, she said. It's made of gold, of course. The court jester went to see the royal goldsmith and had him make a tiny round golden moon, just a little smaller than the thumbnail of the Princess Lenore. Then he had strung it on a golden chain so the princess could wear it around her neck. The court jester took the moon to the princess and she was overjoyed. The next day she was well again and could get up and go out into the garden to play. But the king knew that the moon would shine in the sky again that night. If the princess see it, she would know that the moon she wore on a chain was not the real moon. So he said to the prime minister, we must keep the princess away from seeing the moon tonight. Think of something. The prime minister said, we can make some dark glasses for the princess. This made the king very angry. If she wore dark glasses, she would bump into things, he said, and then she would be ill again. So he called the royal magician who stood on his hands and then stood on his head and then stood on his feet again. I know what we can do, he said. We can stretch some dark black velvet curtains on poles to cover all the palace gardens like a circus tent. The king was so angry that he waved his arms around. Black curtains would keep out the air, he said, and the Princess Lenore would be ill again. He sent for the royal mathematician. The royal mathematician walked around in a circle, then he walked around in a square, and then he stood still. I have it, he said. We can set off fireworks in the garden every night. When they go off, they will fill the sky with so many sparks that it will be as light as a day, and the Princess Lenore will not be able to see the moon. The king flew into such a rage that he began jumping up and down. Fireworks would keep the princess awake, he said, and she would be ill again. So he sent the royal mathematician away. When she looked up again, it was dark outside and the moon was just appearing. He called the court jester and said, when the princess sees the moon, she will be ill again. The princess was in bed, but she was wide awake and she was looking out of the window at the moon shining in the sky. Shining in her hand was the moon the court jester had got for her. Tell me, Princess Lenore, the court jester said. How can the moon be shining in the sky when it is hanging on a golden chain around your neck? The princess looked at him and laughed. That is easy, she said. When I lose a tooth, a new one grows in its place, doesn't it? And when the royal gardener cuts the flowers in the garden, other flowers come to take their place. I should have thought of that, said the court jester. And it is the same way with the moon, said the Princess Lenore. I guess it is the same way with everything. Her voice became very low and faded away. And the court jester saw that she was asleep. Gently, he tucked the covers in around her. This is the story of many moons. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.